Hey, hey, Derbyverse. It's Harmon Miranda here from South Sea Roller Derby. We've just put the sound on. Can you hear us out there? We are about to play our Div 2 game. It is Game 4, Track 2. It is Inner West Roller Derby League Skate Crushers playing Tweed Valley Rollers Valkyries. Testing, testing. Can you hear us out there in the interwebs? Yay! I can not hear you, but I can see your replies. So I am going to quickly run through the rosters before we start. For our skate crashers, we have 118 Vicious Delicious, 151 Crusher, 17 Peanut Butter Jammer, 1950 Millie and Bucks, 27 Pansy Slamsy, 325 Ash Bandicoot, 35 Roast Broccoli, 505 Rainbow Smash, 66 Backdoor Barbie, 7 Crash Bandit, 70 Rasputin, 711 Mother Fuzzer, 720 Ziggy Wheel Dust, 77 Velvet Whiplash, 8 Madness, 888 China Wall, 9 Jinx, 925 Yoshi, and our bench crew is Mr. Bump. For the Tweed Valley Rollers Valkyries, we have 05 Hooker, 074 Riot, 10 Kick, 14 Debris, 1800 Tequila Sheila, 1971 Exit Mole, 20 Mischief, 22 Tenacious, 24 Shell Razor, 247 Taylor Swiftly, 395 Aravis Ass, 707 Happy Kilmore, 75 Comet, 77 Hogs, 8008 Buster, 83 Pain Terror, 9 Calamity Jane, and 99 Evil Breaches. On the bench we have Paligator, Icy Kills, Bubbles, and Man Friend. Big shout out to the sponsors today. We have Spank Alley, Berserk, and Sun Prince. So I do have the officiating crew roster here too, and as we know, roller derby doesn't go ahead without all of our officials and our volunteers. So we have Ferrer, the Badger, Maureen Phillip, Senior Elzov, Denominator, Disaster Chief Corey, and Patroller, and our off-skates officials are Mercy, Sora Legs Off, Bellows, Awesome Magic, Manic Attack, Thea Later Alligator, Donatella TR2, Florence the Machine, Roller Nerdy, and Loctite. These guys are eager, 1 minute to Derby, and we are already getting ready. Love roller derby so much. Fist bump there by the jammers before we start. Inner West are in the black today. Tweed Valley are in the reds. And we have, I'm going to say Yoshi or Yoshi, which way do I need to go? Somebody tell me the pronunciation. Up against Kif for this first jam. Rolling whistle. And it looked like Inner West is taking that black back line, but Kip heads to the in and then runs straight down that outside line and is out, awarded lead jammer status. Approximately half a track behind, we do have Yoshi. Tweed Valley setting up at the back of the pack. Kip in and gets 1 point on the board for Tweed Valley. Jam 1 done and dusted. 1 point to the Valkyries. Skate Crashers scoreless. We now have Velvet Whiplash jamming for Inner West. Up against Hooker for Tweed Valley. Same setup as previous. We have our Inner West tripod on that back line. Velvet is out and lead, has a 1 lap advantage. Takes that outside line. 12 the call by the bench. 4 more points on the Inner West scoreboard. Peanut Butter Jammer has lined up for Inner West, up against Hellraiser, number 24, Tweed Valley. This time we have Tweed Valley taking that back line. Nice O set up there on that outside line by Inner West. And first lead jam for Tweed Valley, and Inner West Jammer heading to the penalty box. Hellraiser coming through. Tim goes in to do some coordinated offense on that turn 2. Valkyries have got an Inner West blocker there, trapped at the back, trying to maintain pack. They push through, and we now have all 8 blockers mixed in amongst each other. Hellraiser duking to that outside, seeing the gap on the inside, running through on turn 3. Out of the pack, 4 points on the board. We do have our Inner West Jammer back from the box. They're on their initial pass, and Tweed Valley calls. That was an 8-point jam to our Valkyries. For any of you at home hydrating, that was a lead change. 9 points to Valkyries, 4 points to our Skate Crushers. 3 jams down. 56 minutes of roller derby to go. We have Kif back up, jamming for the second time in this game. Up against that is 9 Jinx for Inner West. Jinx knocks to the inside, recycled back. Goes around the outside, 1 to beat. Tweed Valley does have lead jam status, but they're only a few feet ahead of that of Jinx, and so decides to call before anybody can touch the pack. Joshie back on the track for their second jam, up against Hooker, so this looks to me like a repeat of jam number 1. Valkyrie's taking the back line. Inner West setting up some O on the outside. Oh, successful this time with a bit of a jump there over a blocker. And that is Yoshi with lead jam status. Half a track behind. Hooker trying to reduce that gap. Pack speeds up a little bit. Tweed Valley trying to protect their points at the front of the pack. And Inner West scores. Jam ref there, just going to check with the outside pack ref to see how many people were passed. 3 points. 3 points added to the Inner West scoreboard. Valkyries still lead, 9 to 7. Velvet back out, up against Hellraiser. Tweed Valley on the back line. Nice wrap there by Inner West from the front. Velvet toe stops on that inside line. Moving side to side. And it is Velvet out and able to score some points. Oh, hit to the inside there. Tweed Valley, both jammers recycled. Back to turn number 1. Both jammers now out. Velvet scored 4 points. Initial pass complete for Shellraiser. Inner West there trapping a point at the back. Velvet calling. 2 points added to the Skate Crushers tally. No points there for Tweed Valley. So we have another lead change. That was a 6-point jam for our Skate Crushers. 13 leads 9 to the Valkyries. Kif back on the jammer line, up against Peanut Butter Jammer. Do we call them Peanut Butter Jammer or is it PBJ? Either way, we're going to call them lead jammer. Quick nicely down that outside line. Big drawback there on Kip. Kip coming in to knock out PVJ. PVJ lands on their knees, both hands went out of bounds, but nothing beyond hands, so that's upright as far as the rules go. Oh, we're getting a cut call there. Perhaps it was more than hands, perhaps it was a different circumstance. But that does mean we have Kip out and scoring points. Ah, beautiful apex jump there. Another 4 points on the board for the Valkyries. I don't want to tell refs how to do their job, but if you exit the penalty box, I believe you've lost lead jammer status and you are not able to call off the jam. I feel we're going to have a penalty. The refs are going to have a little chat and 2 points going up there on the board for... Oh, wait, scoreboard operator wants to chat with our jammer. So currently, I'm looking at the scoreboard, and we had 2 points added to skate crashes, bringing them to 15. Giant jam there for the Valkyries, 12 points added, bringing them up to 21. I assume we're still chatting about the call-off out of the penalty box, which, to the best of my knowledge, you can't do. Unless the penalty was rescinded. Sadly, this is going to remain a mystery. I do not have that information on hand. Alright, timeout has ended. Will there be any change to who's sitting where? Alright, Jinx up against Hooker. Valkyrie's taking the back line there. Oh, a big hit there by 8008 to Buster. Knocks the jammer to the outside. And we have Kip out as lead jammer. Inner West jammer still battling. Round turns 1 and 2. Bit of a hop, skip and a jump down that inside line. Completes their initial pass. Oh, and we have our Valkyrie jammer heading to the penalty box on a forearms penalty. Meaning Jinx is the only jammer of note on the track at this moment in time. Inner West catching a goat at the back of the pack there and providing some O at the front of the pack. Jinx being slowed but not stopped. Turn 1. Oh, and a cut penalty awarded to Jinx. I think Kip will be completing their 30 seconds, so that will be a full 30 seconds in the box for the Inner West jammer. Yep. Skate crashes, starting their tripod of doom behind the back. Valkyrie's coming in to do some coordinated offense. Nice rewalk forming and waterfalling there by Inner West. Kip's still out, still getting points. Back is at a standstill at turn 2. Beautiful toe stop balance work there on the outside line by Kip. Allows them to stay in, complete another spine pass. Both jammers back on the track. jammers on scoring passes. This is a great jam for the Valkyries. I am very impressed with a 12-point jam when you spent 30 seconds in the penalty box. 12 points added to the Valkyrie score brings them to 33. 4 more points for our skate crashers. Oh, lied. 8 points, another 4 dropped in. 8 points for the skate crashers. 23 plays to 33. We have a 10-point game. And we're 10 minutes in. Shell Razor back on the jammer line. Up against Yoshi. Yoshi is out. And coming around to score some points. Shell Razor done the star stash, has it in their hand, but Pivot is quite a way down the straight. And star pass complete. Oh, beautiful juke there by Yoshi at the front. Valkyrie pivot recycled again. Tiptoes on those toe stops down that inside line. That is 1971. Exit mole now jamming for the Valkyries. Mr. Bump telling Yoshi to train, to run it, to keep it going long. It's a great strategy if you don't yet know the pivot's jamming capabilities. See if they are a pivot jammer. Oh, exit mole almost making it around the inside line there. Meanwhile, 24 points on the board for Yoshi. I do like that, but we all need inspiration, and yeah, if you can make jamming look easy, more people will be inclined to try it. And exit mole trying to get 3-2-5 there to be out of play so they could jump back on. The drawback by Ash Banding. But we run out of time to see who would win that drawback competition. I have a feeling that Inner West are going to call a timeout. So timeout to Inner West. It's an interesting choice. Like they had the momentum after that jam. That was a 28-point jam. Huge change in the scores there. 51 points for Skate Crashers. 3 points on the board for the Valkyries, bringing them to 36. Maybe you take the time out to celebrate and work out what worked so well in that jam so that you can implement it again. And that's end of timeout. We have a Velvet on that jammer line for our Inner West Skate Crushers. And that is Hooker back on the line for the Valkyries, the Tweed Valley Valkyries. Tweed Valley favouring that back line. Velvet moving in and out. Knocked to the in but not drawn back, able to get back on the track real quick. Meanwhile, Hooker pushing up against no blockers at the front. Run out of blockers, is through for lead down started. Velvet half a track behind. Pack speeds up a little bit into turn 2. Jostling for positions. We have an Inner West tripod at the front. Separated by Tweed Valley. Hooker told to call. They did that in time. No, 2 points stolen there by Inner West. 3 points to Valkyries, technically winning the jam. 2 points to Skate Crashers. Skate Crashers lead 53 to 39. Peanut Butter Jammer back on, having a little bit of chat there to Ash. Probably talking about what they're going to have for dinner, or, you know, what O and how they're going to help each other in the next jam, one or the other. And that is Shellraiser, also talking to their packmates. While the track's being repaired, let's work out our strategies. Rolling whistle, track repair time is over. Track's taking a little longer to skate back to that jammer line this time. Peanut Butter Jammer taking the outside line successfully. Shello trying the inside line. Shellraiser trying that inside line, not quite as successful. Knocked to the inside there by Crash Bandit. Peanut Butter Jammer trying the inside. Tweed Valley tripod having some success. 720 Ziggy Wheeldust returning from the box, providing a little bit of O and getting 4 points added to the inner west scoreboard. Oh, untouched there. Shellraiser straight through the middle. 4 points also added to the Valkyrie score. We're going lap for lap here. Mr. Bump telling them to train. Split pack there. Big hit to the out. Big drawback there by Tweed Valley on Peanut Butter Jammer. Tweed Valley pivot doing the international signal for think about passing the star, tapping their helmet. We now do have a star stash by Shellher, which is an interesting choice after you've scored points in this jam. Mr. Bump telling PB&J, call it off. 12 points on the scoreboard for our Skate Crashers. Still a decent 8-point jam. Only 4 points in it for that jam. 65 Skate Crashers played 47 Valkyries. And we're in the second quarter of roller derby. We have 14 and a bit minutes remaining in this first period. Oh, we have another track repair timeout. Oh, nope. Hit out and draw back there by 118 Vicious Delicious. Gives Jinx some time to get out of that pack first legally and earn lead jammer status. Ooh, but entering the pack this time, back walk and heading to the penalty box. So Kip coming around to score some points. Oh, another apex jump. Not successful in the landing. Being drawn back. I think that's Vicious Delicious again. One drawback per lap there. Tweed Valley playing a little bit of passive offense there. Now their pivot, 8008 Buster coming in to do some offense. Then kick through for another 4 points. Jinx back from the penalty box. So Jinx was lead jammer, therefore we are going to have a full 2-minute jam. Great lateral movement there by Jinx, moving in and out. Back a little bit discombobulated. Reforming now into pairs, blocking pairs. And Jinx wants a beat at the front. Oh, attempted apex jump there, thwarted by Buster. And 12 points to our inner west skate crushers. Valkyries, Tweed Valley Valkyries getting 8 points. Oh, and 1. We're going to up that to 9. 77, up lays 56. So that is Velvet back on the line for inner west skate crushers. Up against Hooker. Velvet is out. Top of turn 1. Hooker pushing up against that tripod of black on the pivot line. A few people go down, the dust settles. We do have one of our Tweed Valley blockers in the box. Velvet calling it. Before Tweed Valley able to score any points. 4 more points added to the skate crushers score, 81 to 60. A little bit more track repair. Keeping people safe, very, very important. So Tweed Valley have put Kiff out, so they've given them one off, decided they can go back out again. That's quite a high rotation. Clean up Butter Jammer, standing on the jammer line, eagerly awaiting the end of track repair timeout. We have 11 minutes left in this first period. And we have a 21-point lead to the skate crushers. End of timeout. And jam is on. We have Inner West taking the back line this time. Tweed Valley wrapping at the front. PB&J playing a little bit there with the other jammer, but solid tripod. We have Kiff through that inside line. Great O there by 7-0. Rat speeding. And knocked to the inside, also taking Kiff out. Oh, we have Mr. Bump calling the O. That was 1 point to the Valkyries, reducing the Skate Crushers' lead to 20 points. So everybody on the live stream, have you been watching Derby all day, or is this a good Saturday night out? So I was here at the 8:30 game watching. Full day of watching Derby. I cannot comment on the hotness of Mr. Bump's pants. I don't have a historic record in front of me to compare over a timeline. Yeah, that is a very good question. I have got no idea. It's still 10 minutes on the clock, so it doesn't feel to me like this was we've got an official review list. We'll just make something up to see if we can get something. It's only the first half, so I don't think it's really been called to waste time or use as a timeout. So there must have been something I totally missed in that previous jam that was official review worthy. Although we're going to try and solve the mystery this time. I am quite close to the scoreboard desk. I will try and ask the old ref. Nobody's in the penalty box, so there's nobody to get out of the penalty box. So we either need to get a penalty or, yeah. Alright, I'm going to try and get the goss. What were they asking?
So they were asking for an illegal entry on red 8-3.
So they were asking for a penalty on one of the red blockers returning from the penalty box, but as they entered the track being in an out of play position, the no penalty will stand. Yeah, it was a bench outfitter. They're hoping to get a penalty on red 8-3 for illegal re-entry. We have Shellraiser up against Jinx. I don't think that's a pairing we've seen much of this game. The inner west tripod pulling back behind that jammer line when the whistle blows. Keeping Shellraiser pretty close to the jammer line. Hit out there by Tweed Valley, drawing back Jinx midway down that first straight. Jinx dancing on those toe stops through on the inside line. And we have lead jam status. Going to Shellraiser. Is unexpected. So Jinx now standing in the penalty box. Jammer star in hand. And Shellraiser heading to the penalty box on a forearms penalty. Jinx now out and through. Completes her initial pass. Indicates to their pack mates they want to get the pack moving. And using that little bit of speed and bit of space that is created, straight on through that inside line. Inner West attempting to keep 8-3. Trapped at the back of the pack. Now preparing for Shellraiser's re-entry. And that looks like even Stevens jam, 8 points to our Valkyries, 8 points to our Skate Crushers, meaning we still have our 20-point points differential, 89 plays 69, Skate Crushers in the lead. Oh, Shellraiser's nickname Turtles, that's adorable. And we have Yoshi back on the line. Oh. Up against our Tweed Valley jammer. That is heading to the penalty box for a cut. That is Kif. So Yoshi gets awarded lead. Team does a little bit of passive offense and then catches 8008. Buster to try and control the pack definition. Yoshi completes the second scoring pass. Cut penalty on that final Tweed Valley blocker at the front of the pack. 707. Happy Kilmore. And Yoshi through one more time. Kick now out of the penalty box. Has to be let go at the front of the pack as there is a no pack called. And heading back to the penalty box. I didn't see what that was. And Yoshi calls with their Tweed Valley Jammer iced in the penalty box. I think that's a 15-point jam for Yoshi. 104, the skate crashes. Valkyries remain on 69. And do we have an official timeout? I'm not sure of the nature of the official timeout. Refs are chatting. Thank you. Yoshi. Not Yoshi, Yoshi. So now they're having a chat with the OPRs. There's some pointing at the track. There's some hand gestures. Maureen's headed back to the middle. Now skating to the penalty box. It looks like we're rescinding the penalty that happened on Kip. So we've got Hooker out up against Velvet. We've now got refs talking to Jam Timer. And rolling hand signal given. Timeout is over. Roller derby will recommence. Skate crashes taking the tripod to the back. Tweed Valley moving forward with the inner west pivot. Everybody pushing to that outside line on the first straightaway. Not to the outside there for Velvet. She recycles pretty quickly. Hooker pushing beautifully. Takes that inside line. Exits the pack. A little behind Velvet. Pack jostles for position. Both teams wanting to be out the front. Velvet calls. 0 points to our Valkyries, 3 points to Velvet and Inner West. 107 plays 69. Another little ref powwow going on. I assume they'll be discussing the contact on the Tweed Valley Jammer at the end of that jam. So we've now moved to all the refs having a chat, not just the inside pack refs and jammer refs. And Maureen's gone over to give some news. Nope, talking to the OPS. And that is Shellraiser up against Peanut Butter Jammer. Peanut Butter Jammer runs down the inside line. Shellraiser moves into out. West blockers reforming. Gets through on the inside line, is recaptured by and that is both jammers. Let's say neck and neck, but technically there's a lap between them. We have sorry, we have lead jammer status there for Peanut Butter Jammer. Not lead. So hooker. Oh, Shellraiser. My bad. But it is Shellraiser that is first through with points. Peanut Butter Jammer being told to call by the bench before Shellraiser can come around and get any extra points. And that was an 8-point jam for the Skate Crushers, 4 points to the Valkyries, 115 plays 73. We've got 4 minutes left in this first half. That is Kif up against Jinx. And Tweed Valley have taken that back line again. Jinx sidesteps through, Kif goes around the outside. Pack jostles for position. West trying to keep the Valkyries separate. They recom at the back of the pack. Jinx knocks to the out and down, calls it off from the floor. No points to either team. Yoshi back on the line, up against Kif. Kif has been a quite high rotation jam over this hole. And both jammers exit the pack, about 20 feet between them. Yoshi is lead. West capturing a block or two at the back. Yoshi grabbing how many points before calling it? Oh, one sneaky point there for Kif. And no points to Yoshi. 0 points to Yoshi. Sneaky 1-point steal there brings Valkyries to 74. We've got Velvet back up on the line against Hooker. West this time taking the back line, leaving their pivot 3-2-5. That is Ash Bandicoot to do some offense at the front, getting a Velvet lead jammer status. Hooker with 1 to beat, also now out of the pack. Cool. Velvet being told to call by the bench there. Leaves a very late call, but manages to get all 4 points, keeping the Valkyries scoreless. that was a close call. We have Peanut Butter Jammer getting onto the track on the 5-second call. Shellraiser thinking about doing a little bit of fifth blocker. Decides not to and continues their quest jamming against. We have two tripods on the track as each team's got one blocker in the box. And we now have the Tweed Valley Jammer joining that blocker. So it is a power jam for Inner West. And Peanut Butter Jammer is out, lead jammer status, and the only jammer on the track free to score some points. Which is not free, like the Tweed Valley blockers are really gonna try and not let that happen. But their friends are able to help versus concentrate on the opposing jammer. And that's a forearm to the Tweed Valley pivot, leaving two blockers for Peanut Butter Jammer to negotiate. Shellraiser is back from the penalty box. Both jammers there battling on the second straightaway. Mr. Bump making the decision to call. That was a 4-point jam to our skate crashes. 123 plays 74. Sorry, what? Oh, that is intermission. We'll catch you up in 15 minutes. are back with our exciting conclusion of Inner West Roller Derby Skate Crashers playing Tweed Valley Rollers Valkyries. When we left you in the first instalment, we had our Skate Crashers on 123, our Valkyries are on 74. And we are starting with the Valkyries pivot in the penalty box. And up on the jammer line, we have Kif against Yoshi. Five seconds is called. Inner West taking that whole back line. Tweed Valley with a compliment at the front. Yoshi out with lead. I'm going to say 15 feet behind is Kif and closing. Inner West trapping one Tweed Valley person at the back. Ooh. That was a 2-point jam for Yoshi. No points for Tweed Valley. Very smart call off. Skate Crashers increase their lead to 51. Velvet Whiplash lining up with a slight runner. Up against Hooker for Tweed Valley. Inner West taking the back line again, and why wouldn't you? It worked last time. We have Velvet pushing on the outside. Hooker also taking that outside line. Hooker changing tack, taking the inside. Velvet is out with lead and now able to score some points. Velvet calls it. That was... Oh. Orange is going to check with the OPR. Another 2 points added to the Skate Crashers score. We've got Peanut Butter Jammer up against Shell Razor. Tweed Valley not allowing Inner West to get that back line this time. Both groups of blockers spread out a little bit more across the track. Jammers pushes up to turn 1. Peanut Butter Jammer held at the rearmost part of the pack. And Shell Razor with one to beat at the front. That is Vicious Delicious. Vicious Delicious with the hit and the drawback. And we've swapped. We now have Peanut Butter Jammer pushing at the front. And Shell Razor pushing at the back. Both teams send one blocker to do so. And Peanut Butter Jammer exit the pack, lead jammer status. Tweed Valley doing a bit of O and then having to reform as Peanut Butter Jammer re-enters the pack. A little spin there on the outside line and we have another 4 points on the board. Big recycle there for Shell Razor. Oh, and some beautiful juking to the out, taking the inside line. And Tweed Valley have completed their initial pass. This time it looks like Inner West happy to let the jam run. And Shell Razor straight through, getting 4 points. First 4 points on the board for Tweed Valley in the second half. So 8 points to the Skate Crashers, brings them to 135. 4 points for our Valkyries on 78. Jamming for Tweed Valley and a jinx. Very sprightly, exiting the pack with lead jammer status. Hooker being knocked down to the inside line, takes the outside line. Toe stop running there. Completes your initial pass on that inside of turn 1. Jinx calling at this time. 2 points on the board. 137 plays 78. So Kif up against Yoshi. This is the matchup that we saw in the first jam. And a bit of track maintenance timeout required. So while we are in this timeout, I would like to thank our Jamline sponsor, Berserk Clothing, our penalty box sponsor, Spank Alley, and our merchandise sponsor, Sunprints. Looks like the track maintenance is complete. We have the head ref talking to both of the bench crews and captains. These are the times you wish you could lip read, right? Oh, Inner West is being called over for an update of some kind. This is very perplexing. What would have been dropped in that needs to be communicated, and that they'd allow the time for that to happen? Kif and Yoshi on the jammer line. One TVR skater in the penalty box. Inner West taking that back line, setting up some nice O on the out. Both jammers moving in to out. Kif hit out and drawn back by Vicious again. Whilst Yoshi gets lead jammer status and able to score some points. Oh, Kif runs down the straight, leaps the final blocker, takes a knee, but up and able to come around and score some points. Yoshi turns around so they can see exactly when the opposing jammer is about to hit the pack and calls it off before that can happen. That was a 4-point jam for the skate crashers. 141 plays 78. We have Shell Razor up against Velvet Whiplash. Ash doing some there on the outside line. Velvet runs straight down. Ash then moves into a blocking position with the tripod of Tweed Valley blockers at the front. And Shell Razor knocks to the outside there of turn number 1. Knock to the inside of turn number 1. That's Roast Blockily. Velvet exiting the pack with 4 points was Shell Razor at the same time completing their initial pass. Two scoring passes completed for Inner West. 8-point jam brings our straight crashes to 149. Valkyries on 78. We have 23 minutes remaining in the game. We have again successfully down that outside line, up against Hooker. Hooker with 1 to beat. I think that is vicious. And Wassar knocked down. They didn't go out of bounds, so no drawback. Initial pass complete. Mr. Bump asking for the late call and gets it. 4 points on the board. In West, 0 points to Valkyries that jam. So Tammy, you said you've been watching roller derby all day. Have you been watching both tracks at the same time? Like, are you one of those people where you're flicking between them, or you picked your games, you've scheduled your day? And that is Shellraiser up against a Jinx. It is Shellraiser with a full track lap lead there. Jinx exiting the pack. Shellraiser entering the pack. Oh, so Shellraiser knocks at the inside, not scoring any points. A 0-0 jam. And a team timeout has been called by Tweed Valley. Mainly track 1 all day. So Tammy, did you want me to get you the score update from track 1, or you've there's been a few lead changes over there. Alrighty, give me 1 second. So if you're playing along on track 1 or you don't want to hear, you're going to watch the replay, spoiler alert. Shut your ears now, but Thunder is in the lead currently, 150, plays the Red Kennedys on 125. And we're back to our favourite matchup. Okay, we love all the matchups, but this is a great matchup. We have Yoshi up against Kip. Inner West kind of owing from all sides there, but it did allow Kip to go down that inside line and get lead jam status. Yoshi is now also out of the pack. Kip coming through. Amazing sort of jukey footwork there. Diagonally through the middle, untouched. 4 quick points on the board for the Valkyries. With 21 minutes on the clock. A few more jams like that. So 153 skate crashes, 82 Valkyries. And we have Hooker up against Velvet. Velvet is already out and your lead jammer for this jam. Very close pack there. Hooker also now out. Pack has sped up as we go around turn 2. Velvet jumps the final blocker, calls it off. 4 points added to the skate crusher score. 157 plays 82. Peanut Butter Jammer lining up for Inner West. Shellraiser lining up for Tweed Valley. 100% can confirm I am in the room that there is solid gameplay from both these teams. This is a great game to be watching live. And hits the inside, draw back on Peanut Butter Jammer. Shellraiser with 1 to beat at the front of turn 1. And they are out and lead jam. Peanut Butter Jammer running around the outside. Also has now completed their initial pass. Oh, Shellraiser with sort of this little upper body juke that is successful. And running the jam along. Peanut butter jammer now also out. 4 points apiece, although Shellraiser is back in and scoring more points. Shellraiser being told to call. That is an 8-point jam for the Valkyries, 4 points to our Skate Crushers. Skate Crushers still in the lead, 161 plays of 90. And a little bit more track maintenance required. Looks like we've got Jinx ready to go up against Hooker. Inner West this time taking the back line, and O has been set up there on the outside by Buster. Shallow is out. First, hot on the tail though, is Jinx. About 40 feet separating them as they come into the pack very fast. Her grabbing that 1 point trapped at the back of the pack and calling it off before Inner West can score. And we have a team timeout for the Skate Crushers. Kif is out chatting with their teammates on the track currently. So I'm wondering if Inner West will change up their jammer lineup. Whether this break is related to giving jammers a rest or something else to discuss. Maybe it's the lines. Oh, the green lines maybe. And we do have Yoshi up against Kip. Oh, almost a sneaky run down the outside line there. Unsuccessful. Was thwarted by the Inner West pivot. Meanwhile, Yoshi pushing on the outside line as well. And with Kip going down, Vicious getting a low block. We have Yoshi with lead jammer status. Kip coming around. Pack has sped up. We're all the way on turn 4. Great knockout there by 9-9 Evil Britches. As Inner West scoring 1 point in that jam. Oh, good, Tammy. I can't see it either. We're both stumped. I've got Lachlan, the camera guy, here too. Is it the green lines that make it look like an arrow, or have we actually got technically the mouse cursor somewhere? There is an actual mouse cursor in the middle of the screen, lol. No, tech support says no. my gosh, it's been there all game. Everybody's been bugged out of it. It's not happening on our side. We're just gonna blame YouTube. We're inserting shrug emoji here. I apologise, but we were unable to rectify the arrow issue at this point in time.
Sorry? Oh, maybe over in the box at the merch table.
Yeah, it's definitely that 6 blocker that we've all wanted in our lives. And I'm sure there are moments in this game where it is pointing to something very important. I will join that fan club. Although I can't see it. I'm just...
Yes, fan club.
So I think we're doing track repair, but I think we need more tape. I think somebody's gone off to get some more tape. All the fan clubs. More tape has arrived. Alright, I have now seen the arrow.
It just moved.
What? It moved?
Yeah. I'm not doing that.
That's not you.
Oh, it's not there anymore. Oh no. Yeah, it's not there.
Huh.
The arrow is gone.
We saw the arrow and it looks like the arrow has now gone. We had to get out a third device to be able to see the arrow, but we have seen it. It's gone. Triple exclamation marks. And dance break concludes. We've got Shellraiser up against Velvet. I would just like to say we were not involved in the demise of the arrow, but apparently by looking at the arrow, we removed the arrow. And Velvet up against the strong four wall there of Sweet Belly blockers on the outside. Shellraiser moving that tripod of Inner West backwards and forwards at the rim side of the pack. Multiplayer block awarded to 394. Aravis S. And Velvet has come through. Got that lead jammer thing happening and now able to score some points. Shellraiser taking the star off. Still so much lateral movement, so much forward pushing. 2 to the beat, 2 to beat, a little knock to the inside, recycles to the back of the pack. And Velvet coming through on their second scoring pass as Shellraiser exits and completes their initial pass. Velvet calling it from the floor. .166 skate crushes to play 91 Valkyries. We're almost into the final quarter. Bring back the arrow. Hope somebody screenshot it. We're going to need a cover for the fan page. Oh, a little bit of changes in the setup on the line as we start. We have Peanut Butter Jammer up against... that is Hooker. Peanut Butter Jammer is through and your lead jammer for this jam. Hooker with 2 to beat at the front. Pack reforms, reswarms. Oh, and PBJ knocks at that outside line. Oh, big attempt there by Vicious. Unsuccessful. Hooker is out. Oh, cut track penalty there to Peanut Butter Jammer. So Hooker with their 4 points. Able to come around for a few more laps. And we will be going for our full 2 minutes. We do now have a blocker and a jammer from Inner West in the penalty box. Pack advantage to Tweed Valley. Oof, that was a reverse somersault there by Vicious. Quite a hard-hitting game. And that last manoeuvre has Hooker heading to the penalty box. And Peanut Butter Jammer able to score unopposed. So Hooker had 8 points on the board when they left, not showing anywhere in their pocket. We now have 8 points on the board for skate crashes. And both jammers back on the track. Jam concludes. We had an extra 3 points sitting there for Hooker, so 11 points to the Valkyries, 12 points to our skate crashers, 178 plays 102. And that is kicked back on the jammer line for Tweed Valley, up against Jinx. Oh. So Tweed Valley are lead, but they are behind Jinx. Kip calls it 0-0. So yeah, we've ticked somersault off the bingo card. I see we want to add some more apex jumps. We have an official review. Which they are using as a timeout. So Inner West using their official review as a timeout. So 76-point lead for skate crashes, 12 minutes 44 remaining in the game. Is end timeout. Not sure Tweed Valley heard the whistles. We have 5 seconds, or they don't have a team out to... They are going to get a delay of game penalty. Jam is whistled dead. There is a lot of whistle bleed in this venue. The division between the two tracks is a mesh net. It is not a heavy curtain. The mesh doesn't even go all the way to the roof, so it is really hard when you're out here to hear all the whistles. Head ref heading across to Tweed Valley captain. You're going to get a delay game penalty. And yep, captain's going to the bin. And that's Yoshi up against Kip. What's happening? No. Uh-oh. I think that was I think they just got a second penalty. I'm not sure. 2 red blockers on the track, which I'm sure Yoshi's very happy about. Oh, Kip's still out with lead though. And Kip getting a cut. So this is definitely not what Tweed Valley wanted. We have Yoshi on a power jam with only 2 blockers on the track. 4 points. Yoshi, another 4 points. We now have all of our Valkyrie blockers back on the track. Still awaiting the Valkyrie jammer. And both jammers back on track. Yoshi, 3rd scoring pass. Oh, Kip just running down that inside line. Yoshi calls it. 12-point jam to the skate crashes, brings them to 190. Valkyrie's on 102. And we've got Velvet Whiplash up against Shell Razor. Tweed Valley Tripod take the back line, wrapped around by Inner West, who clear the in. Shell Razor recycles and is out. Velvet coming in to score some of those points. Inner West separates the Valkyries. And Velvet gets their 4 points, looks to the bench. Waits till the last second, calls it off. That was Peanut Butter Jammer running up the inside line, getting awarded lead jammer stutters. Hooker exiting the pack and, oh, it looks like a blocking with the head penalty, high block, heading to the penalty box. PBJ, 4 points on the board. And signal there from Mr. Bump I didn't recognise. I think it was a point. If it was, I get the point. And being told to call, icing our Valkyrie jammer in the penalty box. I love that rah-rah TVR, because we just had the rah-rah BCR from the other track. And we have a palindrome score, 201 plays 102. Skate Crashers lead by 99 points. Jinx starting in that power jam start. Tweed Valley up on that pivot line. Moving forward, always risky business to have a jammer with a run up on the apex. Stretching out as 1971 held at the back of the pack. Well, held at the back, making the pack. And Hooker out of the penalty box. Coming around, cleats their initial pass. And Jinx in the penalty box. So Hooker able to recoup from the time they spent in the penalty box at the start of the jam. Oh, 7-1-1 coming in with Mother Fuzzer. What have we dropped? Mouth guard falling out. Picked up off the floor like a true derby sports player. Straight back in the mouth. Mother Fuzzer successful there, knocking Hooker to the outside, drawing all the way back to the second straightaway. attempted apex jump by Jinx. Not sure we can tick that one off on the bingo card quite yet. Tweed Valley tripod recapturing at the back. And Jinx through. 4 points. An 8-point jam for our skate crashers, 7 points for the Valkyries. 209 plays 109. We only have 6.5 minutes left in the game of Derby. Velvet, wow, beautiful, straight down the outside line. Keep attempting to do the same, not quite as successful. Delicious, vicious, with a big hit to that inside line. Keeps lateral work on their toe stops, gets them through. Initial pass complete. Velvet calling. I think they would have got, yep, all 4 points. And the scoreboard operators are doing international signal for we need some help. Calling the official review. So scoreboard says that was 4 points to Velvet, 213 plays 109. Just under 6 minutes remaining on the clock, but we do have consultation between refs and scoreboard. Amazing lateral work by both teams' jammers in this game. Pack has to stretch out all the way to that first apex, and PBJ is the lead. Yes, can confirm. Refs do have to say jam still on or not our jam quite often when it comes to the whistle. PBJ is through, looks at the bench. Mr. Buck says call. Different tones for each track is kind of a cool idea, but imagine if they kind of got them just slightly different and you had this piercing sort of overlappy semitone difference between them. That would be abhorrent. So 4 point jam to our skate crutches, 217, 109 Valkyries, just under 5 minutes remain. And we were one blocker short there. We didn't get our fourth Tweed Valley blocker on the track in time. So they're going to play this jam with only 3 blockers on the track. That is Jinx through with lead jam status. And that is Hooker going to the penalty box. Jinx through, gets their 4 points, calling it. And Sugar not completing their initial pass. I'm going to say interesting call. If you had a permanent blocker advantage, I think I would have run that jam, only having 3 red blockers on the track. And we have Velvet out all by themselves, which also giving Velvet a power jam, also a good decision. Velvet is through lead jam. And a second icing of the Valkyrie jammer. Definitely short jams make sense in a multi-day tournament if you're in the lead. Conserve some energy for the next game the next day. And we have Peanut Butter Jammer getting a power start this time. Hooker is standing though and released from the penalty box. PBJ with lead. Hooker taking assistance down the inside line. Completes her initial pass. Pack is definitely moving faster than it did at the beginning of this game. Peanut Butter Jammer calling it while side surfing. That was the full 4 points scored. 229 plays a 109. And we have Kif up against Jinx. Oh, both jammers trying to toe stop down the outside line. Jinx knocked to the outside while Kif through and lead. Oh. Kif attempting sort of an apex, it wasn't really a jump, so kind of a running leapy thing. Not quite successful. Recycles back to the back of the pack just to be sure. And meanwhile, Jinx is out and scoring points as well. And Kif through. Calls the jam, 4 points apiece. 233 plays 113. Up on the line against Shellraiser. We've got about 50 seconds left, so this may or may not be, as Derby is hard to predict, be the last jam. And that's Shellraiser out and lead. Velvet knocked to the inside. Great screen there by 7-0. Rat spin. Reduces the severity of the drawback. And Velvet is now out. Initial pass complete. Shellraiser getting their 4 points. Calling it off with 20 seconds left on the clock. Will anybody call the timeout? Will we get one more jam? I don't think it's going to happen. Mr. Beast has his hands behind his back. And that is unofficial score. 233 plays 117. A great game by both sides. Inner West Roller Derby, skate crashes taking the win. Condolences to Tweed Valley Rollers. Just waiting for that final rolling whistle. And that is time. Thank you so much, everybody out in the Derbyverse. I cannot wait to see how the rest of this tournament unfolds. I'm sure we'll catch you bright and early 8:30 tomorrow morning. I've been Harmon Miranda. It's been a long day. I love roller derby. I'll catch you on the next one.
All right, thank you so much for stepping in there.